Do you garden around your house? Do you like a nice landscape, some flowers, things like that around your place? Well, we do all of that here too if you follow our channel. My name's Chad and this is Tabula Rasa Farm. If you're an avid gardener or a farmer or you like a nice landscape around your place, you know there's two things that you can never have enough of. Number one is a good, rich, nutrient-rich organic compost. You can make it yourself. We have a few videos on how to do it. There's plenty out there on YouTube. Number two is wood chip mulch. That's what we're going to talk about today in this video. The different benefits, how to get it, where to get it. First off, we'll start with the benefits of a wood chip mulch. The benefits is it helps retain moisture around your garden beds. Makes it so you don't have to water as often, and it also will make it so that your water supply to your plants is more consistent. It's not a flood of water after you water and then it dries out. It will keep it consistent. It will improve the soil structure by adding some humus to the soil. If you have a heavy clay soil like we do here, then you're going to want that humus to be added into that soil. It also supports soil life, different microbes and bugs and worms and things. It gives them a place to hide, place to breed, something to eat on. And also weed suppression. It helps with suppressing weeds around your plants. Put a good thick layer of wood chip mulch around your plants and it should choke out all your weeds, or most of your weeds. Some weeds will be very persistent and will come through it. And then just the last thing, it just looks nice. Now behind me here, I have a pile of wood chips that I got. It was probably about 7 yards worth when it showed up. This isn't the whole pile. We've already used quite a bit of it. Here's what the pile looked like when it first got dropped off. And then here's what it looks like now after we've already used it, some of our things over here. But I just want to talk about how I got this. I don't know where else you can go that you can get a truckload of wood chips delivered to your house and put in the spot that you want it that will cost you absolutely zero money. That's why I use this service called ChipDrop. Now I'm not sponsored by ChipDrop, and you'll know why here in a second, because ChipDrop is a free service. Arborists pay for the service. It helps them find a place to dump these wood chips. Whenever they're out trimming trees in the area, they usually have a wood chipper that they tow behind them, and it's where they shove all the branches in. It chips up just like wood, just like this, just like the stuff you buy at the store in the bags. What's a 2 cubic foot, 3 cubic foot bag? About $5. This is 7 cubic yards of wood chip mulch behind me. So the service I use is ChipDrop. It's a free online service. You go on there, you create an account. It asks you a few questions of what you want. You can pick whether you only want wood chips, if you want wood chips and some logs, if you want whatever it is. You can go on there and you can put a note in there of different species that you don't want in your wood chips. In our case, we put on there specifically that we didn't want any black walnut, because you know from our past videos how we're trying to kill these black walnut stumps. Black walnut is toxic to a lot of nightshades and a lot of plants that we're trying to grow here in our gardens on our farm. So we don't want any black walnut wood chips in here, because if you go use them for mulch around your plants, it's just going to affect the plants and it's not going to be a good thing. So the service is a place where the arborists can go and they can link with homeowners and people that need wood chips, and it'll give them a place to dump them so they don't have to pay to go either to the dump, or some of these arborists will lease land just to dump wood chips on. So you'll link up with the arborist. The website's called getchipdrop.com. I'll put a link down in the description below. Go down there and click on that link. Again, I'm not affiliated because it doesn't cost you anything. These are free. Now, full disclaimer, there is an option on there where you can give a tip to the arborist. I did tip this arborist $20 just in hopes that they'll pick me over somebody else to drop these chips off to. Now, whether it's accurate or it works, I don't know, but I don't know where else you can get about 7 yards of wood chips for $20 delivered to your house. So, but what you'll do is you'll go on there, you'll sign up, you'll request your chip drop. Sometimes it takes a while, sometimes they show up pretty quick. There's also an area on there where because this isn't available in all areas, so you want to go on there and check and make sure your area that it's available for you. So what you do, you go on there and you request your chip drop, and then they will bring you could go through and look at the website on ChipDrop. It tells you everything basically that I'm going to tell you right here, but the load can be either about 4 cubic yards up to 20 cubic yards. They say it could possibly be a full dump truck load of wood chips. You have to have the ability to be able to take that many wood chips, because once Once they drop it, it's yours. And it's gonna be about 50-50 wood chips and greens, especially this time of year. The spring's around, there's a lot of leaves on the tree, so there's gonna be greens mixed in here, which is great, because even if you don't have a use for this many wood chips, but you still wanna make compost, you can just leave the pile sit here. This pile's already composting right now. It's up to about 130 degrees, and it's only been here for a few days. So you could do that and make a good, rich compost to feed your gardens and things like that. They give you zero notice. There's no notice required when they come and bring these wood chips to you. I got some notes down here so I can tell you this timeline. I got an email from ChipDrop saying that there was a drop in progress and I was gonna get wood chips within 48 hours. That was at 7:42 in the morning. At 8:07, I received a phone call from the arborist asking me exactly how to get to my house, because it's tough to get here. If you just follow Google Maps, it's gonna take you the wrong way. He called me at 8:07 and the drop was complete at 8:15. So about 30 minutes from the time I got the email till there were chips on the ground here. So the key to this is if you do request a chip drop, you have to have the area that you want it to be dropped in to be accessible. It's got to be accessible whether you're here or not. If you live in an area that you have a locked gate on your driveway, this service probably isn't going to be for you. Even if you put on there, call me before you bring a chip drop, they're not required to. They don't have to. Just make sure that your area, and mine was, I had to move a few things that morning, but it wasn't a big deal. He could have dumped it here, over there. I mean, they could have dumped it anywhere, but I met the arborist out here and told him exactly where I wanted them dumped. But you upload a picture to the website when you do your chip request, and you'll upload a picture, and I just painted like a red X exactly where I want them to drop it, and it was right here exactly where they did drop it. So the only downfall is in my area, again, some places it could take just a couple of days to get chips. Some places I've read about online that it takes 6-8 months to get chips. It just depends on your area, what time of year it is, and how busy the arborists are. Ours took about 6 weeks to get, 6 to 8 weeks, somewhere around there to get it. I almost gave up on the service. And then when I talked to the arborist about it, he said they use ChipDrop all the time and there aren't enough customers for them to drop to in this area than the chips that they have. So they have property that they just dump the chips on. So I could go over there and shovel them myself into my truck for free again, but why do double the work when they can just dump it right here? Now I just got to load it in a wheelbarrow and take it out to where I need it. That's ChipDrop. That's my experience with it. Do I like it? I do. I mean, there's some things here that didn't, there's some small limbs and things that didn't get chipped up, but that's not a big deal. I have a small little residential wood chipper in here that you guys have seen on my videos too. And for me to get a pile this big, to run through that chipper, it would have taken me so long and so much work, because it's a small residential chipper. It's only meant for medium use stuff, not big heavy usage like these guys have with their chippers. Will I use them again? Absolutely. I did another request before that guy even left my driveway to get another drop here because of how much wood chips that we need here and how much it helps improve our soils. And I'm gonna take you over to the gardens. We've been having this for a little while. So I haven't posted a video in a little bit because it rained for quite a few days, and then we've had high wind advisories for almost a week now, and then I was dealing with a sick chicken and there was a lot going on, so I hadn't filmed any videos. So I wanted to get out here and do this one for you guys because I think this is a really cool service, and with it being springtime right now, this is the perfect time for you to go in and do a chip drop and let them know that Chad at Tabula Rasa Farm sent you, because it will get you absolutely nothing extra. You'll just get your wood chips just like normal. That was a joke if you didn't catch that. But anyway, we're gonna go for a walk over here, and I'm gonna show you where we've used some of these wood chips around our place here so far. So we moved over here to the front deck of the house here, and I want to show you what we've done. There's a walking path now that goes all the way from the deck all the way up to the chicken house, because it's the way they graded this when they put the septic tanks in. It kind of mud and water pools up here. So now we put about 4 inches of wood chips all the way up this walking path here to make it a lot nicer to walk on. And it just goes straight off the deck all the way out. And there are a lot of trucks coming by here today. I hope the audio's okay on this video, but There's only so much you can do when you live next to the highway. So we also made walking paths around all the beds in the garden here. I think it just looks a lot cleaner and a lot nicer. Another good thing we do with it too is wood chips are have a real high carbon content in them. So again, here's the walking path, and it comes up to the chicken house. We've put wood chips all the way around the house. We're gonna put another pretty thick layer out here pretty soon. But also inside the chicken run. Hi, Jake. Jake gets mad if you don't say hi to him every time you come up here. So now we're inside the run, and their whole floor in here is all wood chips also. And now that's just to help. When they're pooping in here, their feces is a really high nitrogen source. So the high nitrogen mixing with the high carbon wood chips makes for a great compost mixture. So they'll kind of come in here and they'll keep pooping on it, and then they'll scratch around on it and kind of mix it up. And then once it starts to smell like a little bit like the carbon's getting a little out of whack, we'll come in here and scoop it up and put it in a long-term storage bin over here and let it compost down. We just did that day after we got the wood chips. We came up here and mucked out the chicken run here and put a layer of wood chips down. I probably need to put another layer in here. I don't think I put quite enough, but and then we'll just keep rotating it. But when we mucked out all their other stuff, it was wood chips and grass, and then their feces, and then whatever kitchen scraps we had that we put in here. We mucked all that out and we put it over in the compost pile over there. And because right now, see, there's a roof above me, so this doesn't get wet in here. It gets wet a little bit around the edges, but it doesn't get really wet in here, so there's no moisture to help it really break down and heat up. As soon as I put it out there, we sprayed some water on it while we were putting it in, and then it rained pretty good. I went out there and checked the pile this morning. It was 160 degrees in the middle of the compost pile where we had just put their stuff just straight out of this run on top of that compost over there. So it's doing really well, but wood chips are definitely a key ingredient to that. Let's see if I can go out here without hitting my head. Ugh. Anyway, if you got any questions about wood chips or ChipDrop or whatever, shoot me a comment down below, and I'll see if I can't get back to you and answer your questions, and maybe we can all learn together. The girls are out here enjoying the beautiful weather. I'm enjoying the beautiful weather. I think Maggie's gonna come out and plant some more flowers here in a little bit. And school semester ended yesterday, was the last day. So I got a couple weeks break before I start summer term. So garden season is here. Garden's doing really well. We'll do another video here in a little bit about, we'll walk around and look at everything. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble now. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching the video. And thanks for your support and subscribing to our channel. And we'll see you guys around the corner on the next one. Have a good day.